What's up, you guys? I know it's been a while, but it's about time we came back with another High and Hungry here on BREALTV. And today I find myself in the city of Santa Ana, out here in the OC, for those of the people that don't know where Santa Ana's at. You know what took me here, or what brought us here, is the fact that on a recent episode, maybe about last year, we went to a taco festival where we had multiple vendors. And one of those vendors that we had and we experienced was Long Beach Lumpia. So today we got invited to visit Tayabak out here, and I believe it's like a partnership. So they also offer Long Beach Lumpia, and they also have a variety of Filipino inspired infusion type of dishes. A lot of people don't know this, but it's not necessarily a Filipino inspired food. It got introduced by Chinese immigrants, bringing it to Filipino immigrants as a spring roll. And of course, Filipinos did their own twist to it, and now there's many varieties to it. Whether you want it sweet with some turon inside, or whether you want it savory with something like birria or chicken or whatever you want to put inside. However, this is located inside of a food hall out here on 4th Street. So you're gonna find yourself surrounded by a whole row of deliciousness. Where not only are we going to be talking to the chef today, we're gonna be talking to the owner of the restaurant, hopefully, and we're gonna hopefully get to experience all of it if I don't get too full. All right, you guys, so before we get to the food, I figured we'd switch things around because I feel like the order of eating and then talking to the chef is different. But when you talk to the chef first and then you eat, I feel it's, it provides a different experience. You get to know more about the dish. Now I'm here with the one and only Chef JT from Tayabak. How's it going, Chef?
Pretty good. How is it going with you, man?
It's going pretty good, man. We prepared the right way. We're back. Obviously, our production is called High and Hungry, so we have a very great appetite here. How long have you been in the chef game for?
I want to say for about 10 years. Took a little break. Pretty much COVID, we got all furloughed and everything, so took some time off, but also doing my own thing. I wanted to kind of start my own thing during COVID. I did. It just wasn't really sustainable. Recently, last year, I just got laid off, so started again with pop-ups and everything like that, and then pretty much I got an opportunity here in 4th Street Market. Originally I wanted to do Hawaiian food. That was my whole thing. I have a lot of Hawaiian influences in my life, but they already have one here, which it's awesome, but they didn't have Filipino food, and that's the other influence in my life that's been a part of me. I'm full Filipino, so pretty much
You're like, that's an island too?
Yeah, it's an island, it's close, right? So pretty much we decided that we wanted to do some Filipino food, but we wanted to approach it in a way that's a little bit more accessible, a little bit more, not as scary and daunting that a lot of people think Filipino food is.
I mean, why do people have that conception? Because do they think that everything is that bird in the egg type of deal?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. A lot of people's association with Filipino food is one or the other. Everyone thinks it's balut, but it's not. And when you ask people if they like Filipino food, they like Filipino food because it's lumpia, adobo, pancit. Those are the main three that everyone knows and loves, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of the same thing with with any Hispanic food or Mexican food. It's beyond tacos and all of that stuff. There's so much more to Filipino food. The thing is that people are scared to try it. So I wanted to show it in a way that's so much more exciting, so much more of we have the original flavors, but it's something that you've had before.
You look fairly young, man. How old are you? For you to be cooking, bro, did you have to learn cooking for other siblings, or how did you do it, bro? Cause you look like you're passionate about what you do.
Yeah, so I started cooking at a really young age with my in the family, with everything. It was family parties. Yeah, my titas, my lolas, all of them. They would be in the kitchen, and I had a lot of interest being in there with them. I wanted to learn how they would do things because I loved food. And the one thing that really inspired me to cook was that there's so much drama in families, how it usually is, but once everyone sits down, everyone gets to eat, the drama's gone. No one cares about the drama. You're there to eat, you're there to have fun. Everyone's just enjoying their time with each other. So Like, why can't I do that for other people, other cultures? Don't matter what it is.
Eating in a family environment curates an experience that you cannot get at a restaurant. That's why at a restaurant it's always noisy, but when it's family, like, it's different because you got a little bit of love, you got that experience in the food, you have all that stuff present, and it sounds like you have your fair experience, bro, because that's a very young age, bro, and that's the best way to learn, because hands-on. You learn from your tias, your tío sometime, you learn from your grandma. Getting the grandma teaching is golden, right?
Yeah, there's always a recipe that's been passed down. Same thing with like Long Beach Lumpia's thing. His like lumpia has been passed down from generations. Same with ours, but the thing is that, like, I wanted to show it in a different way, show it like that Filipino American way. What
can we expect from the dishes? Like, what would you say is the dish? I mean, you're obviously proud of everything, but what is the one that you're just like, yo, this is the one I bet on?
My best seller, and honestly I really love it, is our adobo popcorn chicken. Everyone knows adobo. Like, a lot of people know what adobo is. It's that soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, peppers, right? So pretty much we take those same things. It's a marinade for our chicken, and then we fry it with potato starch so it's nice and crispy. Once it's ready to go, we toss it with like a sweet soy sauce, topped off with a little bit of pickled red onions right on top. And honestly, it's like, you get that first bite, it's sweet, it has like savory elements to it, and then at the very end of it, you get that adobo flavor.
That sounds fire, bro. That sounds very delicious. It sounds like a combination of a bunch of flavors. Like, how can you twist up like a popcorn chicken almost? It's like, it's almost like it's like when you look at it. I mean, I haven't seen it, but when you think of it, you're like, popcorn chicken, like, how many ways can you switch it? But you're like, you get somebody like with the Filipino background or your Latino background to do it, and here come the flavors.
Yeah. Like, even another example is beef steak. Right, I don't know exactly.
It says on there BISTEK.
BISTEK. So that's how it is spelled in like in the Philippines. It's inspired from Spanish cooking. Yeah. But the difference is that it's made with soy sauce and calamansi juice. So we marinate our ground beef in that, and then we finish it with the same sauces, like pretty much the same exact thing, topped off with a little white cheddar, and it's smashed down with some with white onions, really thin, like Oklahoma style, and then it's served with 6100 bread right here in Santa Ana. They make their own sourdough pandesal. It's bread, kind of sweet, a little bit like, interesting in its own right. We have garlic aioli right on top of it, and pretty much super simple burger, but it's so good. It still tastes like beef steak. And then it's served with calamansi fries that we make in-house as well. So the calamansi fries is made in-house, and then we serve it with a side of banana ketchup.
Banana ketchup, bro, like, that is something. I remember that I saw it in the news recently, and then there was like a shortage of it or something like that, and foods were going crazy. Like, Filipino foods, pares were going crazy, bro.
Literally. So that shortage is because the FDA like stopped it from being imported back into here in the U.S. There was a whole like mislabeling thing according to them, and then they came back. People were going crazy. Like,
I've never had it.
Oh, really?
I've never had banana ketchup.
So, me personally, I don't like banana ketchup, which is weird, right? Because I made an aioli out of it. But my personal like banana ketchup aioli, I love it because it has like garlic aioli in it. It's got some spiciness elements to it. It's sweet, so it's like the perfect offset balance to the calamansi fries, which is like, savory and a little bit of sour in there as well. So the taste is very interesting. It's super red. Like, you would think it's ketchup. It's not ketchup.
You could definitely taste it when somebody says they put love in their food, and they mean it. So I'm here once again with the one and only Emerson with Long Beach Lumpia. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
It's good to have you back, man. It's been a long time.
I know.
Last time you wowed us with the birria lumpia.
Yeah.
I didn't know the history of the whole lumpia thing. Ever since then, because I told you that was my first time trying it, and you're like, what? You haven't tried it? And I'm like, yeah. It's like it's technically it's kind of like a gift from like Chinese immigrants, huh? Like it came from like a spring roll.
A lot of Filipino dishes are influenced by Chinese and Spanish because of the war.
Yeah.
So one of the dishes that was influenced by the Chinese was lumpia Shanghai, and that's generally the traditional lumpia, the first one that you tried. That's generally what the most traditional type of lumpia style is, and they're smaller.
They're smaller, and what's the filling?
The filling traditionally comes with ground pork and vegetables, carrots. A lot of times it comes with shrimp, but since a lot of people are allergic to seafood, we don't put shrimp, and we replace it with garlic. And we actually use ground pork and ground beef, so you get that extra meaty texture.
That's bomb, bro. I like it when they mix like. I've always wanted people to do that in a burger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like ground beef and ground pork. Just put that in a burger.
I started making lumpia probably like 20 years ago. I'm actually from the Bay Area.
You look fairly young, bro. I was like 20 years ago. Over you like 12, bro.
I'm actually 38. I was before this. I was a probation officer for 9 years. And then
damn.
And then I was a social worker for 5 years. But I remember the reason why I started making lumpia is because I'm originally from the Bay Area. I went to Cal State Long Beach. I remember just driving all the way back to the Bay Area, just having my mom's cooking. I was just like, I can't be doing this much longer. So I learned how to cook her food, and I started rolling lumpia and bringing it to work. I remember my first potluck as a probation officer. I brought lumpia to a potluck, and one of my supervisors tries it, and she's just like, why are you a probation officer? You should be selling these. These are so good. Almost 15 years later, I was just like, you know what? I'm finally gonna do it. And now I'm selling lumpia.
15. So did you retire from that? Like, or are you just like, you know what? I'm gonna take my life a different direction.
Back then, I wasn't like gutsy, but you know, with everything that's going on right now, I'm like, we only have one life to live. I see how happy lumpia makes people every single time they try a bite of it. And I'm like, I just want to be part of other people's happiness, especially with my social work background. You don't deal with happiness every day, but when it comes to serving lumpia, people are instantly happy, and you get to share the moment with them.
It's also coming from like I was talking with Chef JT, is that it's also coming from a place where it's something that's traditionally passed down, and it's like a cultural experience. It's not just like something you're just sticking in the oven and cooking it up and just saying, oh well, somebody give me money for it. This is when you have something like that, like it's like you said, your mom taught you how to make lumpias. People want to have that experience. Some people don't have moms, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or some people's moms were not like that, you know? And like I for sure as hell would have hated if I had to eat Lunchables when I was a kid. Bro. I was like, thank God my mom and my grandma were there to cook some good stuff, and because of that, I know my culture's food and what it has to offer. Now, when you say rolling the lumpias, you ever try rolling a blunt? I'm just like, he's gotta be rolling. I was like, you probably got tugs, bro.
I will say, if you could roll a blunt, you could roll a lumpia.
It has the nickname, the Filipino egg roll, right? Some people call it that, yeah.
I've heard Hispanics call it Filipino taquito.
Filipino taquito. Is there one that you haven't in development, bro?
I was thinking actually about doing a
cheeseburger lumpia,
a hot Cheeto lumpia.
Damn.
Yeah, I was thinking about dredging.
It would hit in Santa Ana, let me tell you that much.
Yeah, dredging the lumpia in egg and hot Cheetos, and then the filling would be like taco meat, nacho cheese.
Damn.
Yeah, just straight munchies.
Call me for the cheeseburger lumpia, bro. I mean, I must be coming by. I have to bring my lady. Every time I go eat at these places, I have to come back a week later because my lady's like, I didn't go.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I gotta come back.
we appreciate you. I don't know if you even mentioned this, but when you came to had us at Taco Tequila Festival, that was actually just our second pop-up ever.
Really?
So, you know, when you posted that video, people started getting to know us, and that just motivated me to keep grinding, keep hustling, and now we have a food stall, and I think good things are going to come from this.
I've been slowly building an appetite. I think it's time we get into the kitchen. I think it's time we see how some of these dishes are made, and maybe try, what is that drink that you can do?
Orange mango guava. We call it our OMG drink. It has mango poppin' balls too.
Bro, see, they got the best drinks too, bro. What we have here is the lumpia platter right here, bro. This right here showcases a little bit of everything. We have the veggie, we have the pizza, which is an innovator right here with the Parmesan on top. We have the dessert, which is a ube cheesecake one, and I mean, bro. That's the only time I've ever been happy to see that kind of texture, you know. And of course, we have the classic, bro. I'm not really too big on the veggie things. Like veggie things shouldn't taste like meat. It should be separate. Start your own lane. Meat did its, you know. That initial crunch from the first bite, this shit is crunchier than a crouton, bro. I'm gonna tell you that much. The veggie one specifically tastes like stir-fried noodles in there. That's what that tastes like. Plus you have the super crunchy layers on the lumpia. I'm not a big veggie person, but if I had to keep it 100% on some veggie shit, this is the one right here. This is the one if you're vegan, but you still want to be fat, this is the one right here. Let's go ahead and go with the classic now. I don't know what sauce it, I'm gonna just go with the sweet and sour sauce, but I like to, you gotta pour it on there, right? You gotta get a good amount, bro, for that first bite. Who's gotta stop judging Filipino food, dog? Like dead ass. It tastes like if you got a longaniza or a chorizo, and you chopped off the sides of it, the ends, and you rolled up the rest into a lumpia and you deep fried it. That's what you got right here. They got something going with this one right here, the classic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go with the innovator. This one right here is the pizza lumpia. So I gotta make sure I get enough marinara sauce on there. They gotta do it a little bit bigger. This one is probably by far the greasiest because of the pizza and the pepperoni and the meats. But it's probably gonna be by far the most unique tasting out of all of them. Bro, fuck a Hot Pocket. I'll never want to see you eating that shit again. I don't even need sauce on this. Dog. All right. This right here tastes like if the outside of a calzone were to be the egg roll little fucking leaf or whatever the fuck they use, dog. But like not just one layer, like 4. Like you remember that Taco Bell thing they had with tortilla and it had a hard shell in it? That's kind of like the same. Dog, I don't even know how to explain this. Emerson, I need a burrito. Now, I gotta go ahead and go with the last but not least. This is the ube cheesecake lumpia. And look at this. You see that? It's like it's pulsating. Like it's alive, bro. You see the crackle go on along, bro? This is as crunchy as you can get it. When I ask for my french fries, I like to get them this crisp. And of course, you got the ube condensed milk. DJ FM, if you're watching this, he's gonna be like, coño, only. Game over, dog. The best way I can describe this, I gotta dip this in the sauce again. Look at this. Ooze. Ooh. It tastes like boba in a taco. I don't know how to tell you without the boba, if that makes any sense. That tastes like a ube boba without the boba balls in an egg roll. Emerson, don't ever stop rolling up the lumpias. You were the first person to give me my lumpia. And it's probably gonna stay, you're the only person I come get lumpias from. Now let's go on with Chef JT's food. All right, last but not least on the lumpias, I thought I was done. But he said, I'm only making this as a special surprise for you, all right? The smell on this is fucking just savory, bro. Savory is, this is the chile verde pork lumpia one right here. You gotta dip it in that sauce right there, even though it has it all around. Holy shit. If you have ever thought about putting carnitas in anything else but a tortilla, let me tell you that an egg roll might be the first step to making something that you might that might change your life. This right here, I need a burrito of this too, bro. The one this is not gonna give me as bad as heartburn as the pizza one, but this one right here is bomb, dog. This tastes like carnitas with like an aioli sauce, an aioli mayonnaise mixed with the green sauce from King Taco, dog. That's like what I would say. Like it tasted like if you took the green sauce from King Taco and you got some like a little bit of a mayo aioli, mixed it together. You put the pork with the chile verde in there. I'm not even a big fan of chile verde, bro. All right, you guys, what we have here is the infamous popcorn chicken that we were talking about earlier, bro. And it kind of reminds me of like kind of like an orange chicken, the way it looks. They put the crunchy seeds on top of the rice. This is one of those dishes that complements each other, bro. When you get the popcorn chicken, bro, don't come in here thinking that you're gonna fucking be getting this KFC popcorn chicken, because that's not how it's gonna work over here, bro. What I tell you right now, bro, this right here is a hearty dish, and this is only like half the portion. We got the pork belly sisig. This right here looks like a pork belly protein bowl. That's appropriate scoop right there. Look at that. You gotta have half rice, half little 4 pieces of meat. This is banging, bro. I do get the hints of soy sauce, but I also get a hint of everything else. And the way that they have it done, I don't think it could, not that it couldn't be done without it, but I think that is one of the key ingredients as to why it makes it so unique and why it tastes so different compared to a lot of other foods. This is probably my favorite way of having pork belly. I didn't even know this existed. Sisig. All right, you guys, we are going to end this episode on a burger tip, bro. Now, this right here is probably one of the most unique looking burgers that I've had. So the great thing about this burger is that this is actually half pork and half beef. A cheesy smash burger, bro. It's a pretty heavy burger too, but not too heavy. You got the onions on the side. There's only one thing left to do with this burger, and that's to try it. So cheers. I don't know how they did that, bro. That is crazy. I gotta take another bite. The way that they made, they call this the BISTEK burger. But the way that they manage to provide the taste that you would get from a home cooking, where in any household where they called it BISTEK, if you ever thought about wherever you had BISTEK and you've ever thought about putting that meat in a burger bun, they have captivated that here. The combination of the cheese plus the half pork, half beef, and the onions almost makes it taste like a patty melt made with the beefsteak that your mom made when you were a kid. In a burger, topped off with some fresh bread. This right here is a certified banger. If you are tired of the basic burgers out there with the American cheese, come try something different, bro. And I understand what Chef JT was trying to accomplish when he meant, I'm trying to make Filipino food more appealable and to the people that judge it. Banana ketchup is banging. I don't know what he's talking about. I want to say it embodies, like, almost if like they made a patty melt in the Philippines with the American ingredients. And this is a must try for all my people out there who are living the high and hungry lifestyle. I gotta save some because I'm already full. Literally tastes like a patty melt and a Philly cheesesteak got together and they went to the Philippines, fucked, and they made this. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and call that one of the best culinary experiences that I've had in a while, man. Because that embodied everything of a culinary experience. So you had the recipes behind it, which were passed down from families and tradition. You also had the cultural background in it. You had the passion with the chefs. You had the other chefs cooking it up. Everybody there was running on the perfect frequency and the perfect vibe of feng shui, bro, if I'm gonna be honest. So if anybody is looking for a good recommendation, if you want to maybe have something different from the Chinese takeout or the pad thai or the typical Indian food that you want to order and take out, why don't you go ahead and make the trip to Santa Ana. You can get yourself some great curated Filipino dishes. And I mean, my personal recommendation is that burger, bro. That BISTEK burger is was a game changer for me, dog. That has a special place in my heart from now on, dog. If I'm gonna be honest with Chef JT. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to BREALTV. Hit that thumbs up if you want to support the brand or if you want to support myself. Go to highandhungry.shop. You can get yourself cool t-shirts like the one I made if you're an LAFC fan, or you can get tons of other cool stuff as well. Anything from like pendants like the one I'm wearing, or just all around cool shit. So make sure you guys go to flavorsbyezone.com or highandhungry.shop and use code word BREALTV. I promise you, you're gonna get a surprise for free with every order you place. Also, thank you to my partner, Morning Shot Films and Morning Reel Podcasts, for always holding it down and making sure that we keep continuing to give you guys these great episodes. If you enjoyed that episode, hit that thumbs up. I gotta get out of here before that bee that I'm allergic to stings me.